Yo, I have really loved making discussion videos as of late, so I decided to talk about my current favorite anime, Boku no Hero, also known as My Hero Academia. And today we are talking about my favorite character in the whole series, besides my boy All Might, Bakugou.
Fuck you, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Back the fuck up. I'll knock the fuck out you. Damn, man. Hey, tell your kid.
Now before you start breaking your keyboards, mashing away about how shit he is, hear me out. This isn't a video trying to persuade you to like or to stop disliking a character. This is just a video on why me or others may enjoy my boy Bakugou. Before I start talking about what I love about this character, I have to acknowledge his faults and why people dislike him or misunderstand his character. If you don't already know, Bakugou has a major superiority complex.
Shut the fuck up, I will fucking laser you.
Ever since he developed his quirk as a kid. One of the biggest turns off people have towards Bakugou is how he treats Midoriya like shit. As kids, Midoriya and other kids looked up to Bakugou, fueling his ego even more. Once he figures out that Midoriya doesn't have a quirk, I think in Bakugou's mind he sees that as low as it can get. So as a kid, when Bakugou loses his balance and falls into some water, Midoriya, out of the kindness of his heart, goes to help him up, and he thinks of it more as Midoriya underestimating him, looking down on him. He's wondering why a quirkless nobody is asking him if he needs help. He then dons Midoriya the nickname Deku, meaning useless, and then he proceeds to tease him through their childhood. Fast forward, when Bakugou finds out Midoriya actually has a powerful quirk, he blows his shit. Unable to believe in, I quote, a quirkless loser to have that kind of power, believing Midoriya was hiding that power behind his back, mocking him. With all the general reasons of why people dislike Bakugou, I'm ready to explain why me and others love this character so much. I'm going to start with his tenacity and drive to be number one. It's commendable. He constantly trains to improve at everything he does. This shows during the UA Sports Festival arc when he wants Todoroki to use his flames, his full power, so that there wouldn't be any doubt in anybody's mind that he is the undisputed champion of the sports festival. That's why he's so pissed off when Todoroki gives up mid-match. Another reason, more obvious in my opinion, is his quirk. I mean, who wouldn't want to be able to explode something with their bare hands? But what makes Bakugou great is how he's able to utilize his quirk for mobility and smoke screens to blind his opponent. That, combined with his ruthlessness and drive to come out on top, always makes it enjoyable every time he fights. A little side note here, it's kind of strange that I love the way he's written. He's not written to have a tragic backstory. He's an asshole simply because he's an asshole. That makes him different from traditional shonen rivals and characters themselves. Now I admit, when I first saw this character, he rubbed me the wrong way. Almost like Roy Mustang from Full Metal Alchemist. I guess I have a thing for assholes with explosion-based abilities. But once I started understanding his character a little more, he became my favorite, besides Ed. I mean, because everybody fucking loves Ed. I mean, wait, before you go on, please skip ahead because the next thing I'm talking about has to do with the manga. After Midoriya and Bakugou have another fight and put on house arrest by Eraserhead, Bakugou actually gives Midoriya advice on ways he should use his quirk more effectively. Many moments like this show a lot of growth in his character, or more so showing the traits he has always deep down had. I see a lot of the time that people think that Bakugou is going to end up a villain in the future, but I don't think that's the case. Mainly people think this because when he's fighting somebody, he's like, die, 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 you know? But that's not because Bakugou wants his opponent to die. It's more so him hyping himself up. Bakugou is plus ultra. He was ready to fight All Might, the #1 pro hero in the world, with no hesitation. I mean, when All Might grabbed his face, he was like, hey yo bro, you grab my face bruh? Here's a blast that could level a city block for you. But to be honest, Bakugou is one of those characters you love or hate, or love to hate, or hate to love. But he is the other side of the coin when it comes to heroism in the My Hero universe. I can hear some people saying, dope, what do you mean by that? Well, let me explain. Midoriya is like All Might, focused on rescuing all those that can't help themselves. That, for the most part, is their #1 priority. Bakugou is more like Endeavor, the #2 hero. Aiming towards fighting and defeating villains is their #1 priority. And like All Might said, both Midoriya and Bakugou need to not lack either to be great formidable heroes in their own right. All that's left to say is that I can't wait to see how this character grows, his later impact on Midoriya's life, and the new ways he can use his powers and abilities, considering he is a clever prodigy. Also to see what kind of threats he has to defeat and what type of hero he is destined to become. See, we already know that in the future, Deku becomes the #1 hero, but what does that mean for Bakugou? Well, I guess I'll save that theory for another video. But if you hate, love, or you're just like meh about this character, tell me why in the comment section below. And if you feel as though I earned your sub, thanks and welcome to the family. But if you feel as though I didn't, please leave feedback on how I can earn your sub in the future. Thanks, this is Dope, signing out. Peace. Todoroki would have still lost.
No off-topic questions. Because I don't want to. No, permission denied. That's an off-topic questions. Next, you have been stopped.
Funny who knew what I wanted to do. I was no joke, I had something to prove. I'm in the running and making my moves. This is a game I'm not willing